It's time for another tale from the glass-guarded world. Ashley plays Tara Dane, the human fighter. Josh is Zartok, the tiefling wizard, and Gaston, the rogue and bard. Jessica is Coral Petrichor, the Genasi druid. Mama Sass, the half-orc bard and barbarian. And Symphonia, the summoned Pegasus. Chris plays Aster Fortuna, the half-drow rogue and bard extraordinaire. The Glass Guardians want to meet up with Laverian and his army, so they used a sending spell to ask him for a meeting. It was intercepted by a screening service, which told them to come down and visit. They descended in their spelljammers toward Laverian's army in Laravella. Their mere presence frightened away some Neogi spelljammers, so they landed safely. Lavarian's assistant, Estel, led them through Lavarian's large army to the high camp, where Lavarian's tent stands in the middle of a fort. They met with Lavarian, who was happy to see them, and now the Glass Guardians are attempting to negotiate with him. He seems like a low-whiz, high-riz leader, but can we trust him? And what do the Glass Guardians want in exchange for their help?
Alright, so you've made your way to Laverian. He's greeted you as though you were old friends. He's invited you to join his army as they make a push toward Ardalaravella, the old capital of the Empire of Reged. You've met with him and talked with him a bit. The most recent conversation, you were trying to figure out what you wanted in exchange for help, and also how you could help, what you could do. After that conversation, you're trying to figure out how you can help each other and what you want. And Lavarian says that they're going to have a war council that evening. And so at the meeting, maybe we can discuss ways that you can contribute. You should think about it. Think about how you think you could be helpful, what your skills are, and how you think you could use them to contribute. In the meantime, Estelle can help you find your way around the camp. If there's anything you want to do, if there's anything you're looking for, you're welcome to have some time to look around, or you can go back to your ships if you'd like to do that, and return in the evening to join the War Council. Although he does say at the War Council, please only bring 2 people. There's going to be a lot of people there. They only have limited space. So please only bring 2 people. Obviously, Tara being the one in charge would be one of them. She needs to pick one other person to come with her. Someone she trusts as an advisor to come with her.
Hey, can I insight check that?
Sure.
Nope, that's only a 7. He's cool. He's definitely not setting a trap or anything. It's fine.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
He does have a giant army around him if he wanted to attack you.
It's true.
But he likes to kill us 2 at a time.
That's true. There's precedence.
Trixie.
All right, fair enough. So is there anything you want to do at the camp? Estelle can escort you around if there's anything you want to look for. She mentions that they have a mess, of course, for food.
Is there anyone selling stuff? Like weapons, armor?
There's a smith with equipment for sale. And also, if you have something that needs to be mended. There's a sage's wagon that you can use to get information or spells. Is there something in particular you're looking for?
I want to check out the magical items, if there are any.
Estelle will be your minder then. She'll escort you around.
Any chance that between us we have 1,000 gold? Just out of curiosity.
Wow.
I don't have any gold. I have 300.
I have very little.
342.
And felt guilty asking Mun for more stuff, so I didn't.
You need 300 gold?
I need 1,000.
Oh, 1,000
For
gold.
what?
If we can manage to find 1,000 gold pieces, and there is a gem-encrusted bowl in the camp worth 1,000 gold pieces, I can cast Hero's Feast.
Hero's Feast?
Oh, what does that do?
It's amazing.
Oh, Hero's Feast is great. You get advantage on, let me pull it up. I don't remember all the details.
It's the best.
It's good. You are cured of all diseases and poison, become immune to poison and being frightened, and make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Max HP goes up by 2d10, and this lasts for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's a good final battle spell, but 1,000
Yes.
gold pieces is a lot.
1,000 gold pieces is a lot, and we have spent a lot of money on things like bringing Carlos back, so it may not be possible, but I thought I'd ask.
Gasson has a lot of money, but I consider it role-playing money.
Guys, I tried to get something like a billowing cape, right? But instead I got the cloak. Is that what happened? I got a cloak?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so Estelle will meet you outside Laverian's tent, and she says, so, wonderful, you had your meeting? It seemed to go well? Where would you like to go? What do you need? You want some equipment, you said? I don't think we have just a magic item vendor, but we do have a weaponsmith.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, all right. Well, then follow me. And she leads you back around the north side of the camp, down the west side. She leads you around to the entrance of the camp, where when you entered, there was an elven smith working on some beautiful weapons. Now there's a dwarf working the forge, and next to her is a pile of bent blades and dented armor. And she's going through this pile with remarkable speed. She's clearly good at her job, she seems to be a specialist in fixing damaged equipment. But she looks up while continuing her work. You need something? There's a queue.
Oh, we just wanted to see if there was anything for purchase.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right. We got all sorts of stuff if you got the money. What you want?
What kind of armor do you have?
Basically, you can purchase any kind of armor that you want, any standard armor, in its normal version or +1, or any kind of weapon in its normal version or +1. All right, so if you want a +1 anything, +1 armor, +1 weapon, they're available. A +1 weapon is going to be 400 gold. +1 armor will be 1,200 gold.
Too rich for my blood.
No?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty rough.
And you also have some nice armor and weapons.
I have a chainmail +1. I was wondering if I could get fancier. Really strengthen up that AC, but just,
I thought you had some Githyanki armor.
Did
Yeah.
I?
We got that in Sigil.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been wearing that for a long time. What's the Githyanki armor?
Well, I guess you lost it if you don't have it listed in your inventory.
It's probably in the bag of holding.
Yeah, it would have not been held by me because I can't
Well,
hold stuff.
Is somebody keeping track of what's in the bag of holding?
No, I don't have it written down.
Sheets, come on.
That was a
Yeah, I don't
good
have
little
that.
bit ago.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
Let's see.
I've got Tara's weapon hilts, a +1 magical greatsword.
We had 3 sets of ornate plate armor, which I think we
Yep.
sold that.
I think we sold it
It is
for
scratched off of the
upgrades.
spreadsheet.
Didn't
Okay.
we ask for upgrades? Like we sold it to get upgrades to our ship.
That's
we-
all
Possibly
right.
they were jewel-encrusted plate armor. Yeah.
We sold one really expensive scroll for the ship stuff. I think we spent that money on tattoos, although the spreadsheet is not quite that specific. It considers the gold pieces as fungible. It's not tracking them like tokens. But yeah, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That completes my audit. So I'll talk to CPA.
You went with the audit.
Well, you could trade some stuff here if you have some equipment you don't want anymore. You could trade some of that for some plus if you wanted to try to get like +1 plate or something. Ashley.
Yeah, she does. What does that actually do, armor class wise?
That would give it 18 AC, but then plus the other things that she's wearing. So she has a anti-god glass shields which is +2.
Yep.
Would that basically bump your armor class up by 1 if we were to figure this out, or does it go up by 2 total?
Oh wait, okay, so the 18 would be just plate, but if it was plate
Regular
+1,
plate.
then it would be 19.
Right.
But then my AC is already 21, so I'm a little confused by it.
Well, you have a dex bonus, I'm guessing.
Oh, I didn't know you got a dex bonus from plate.
Well, are you wearing plate now? I thought you said you were wearing chain.
I'm wearing chain.
Oh, so you put plate on your character, I see.
No, I mean just the idea of buying it. I'm just trying to figure out how it would bump my AC up.
Does it take away from your dex bonus?
It has a limited dex bonus, I think.
That could do
the limit on your dex bonus with full plate armor is... Oh, yeah, no dex bonus. You don't get any dex bonus when you're using plate.
You're better off just with what
Yeah,
you
it
got
would
on.
boost me by 1 AC. Then that's not worth it, I wouldn't think.
Side note, I can confirm we sold the plate armor.
Okay.
I finally found where we were at Sigil. So, yes, we definitely sold it. I don't know where.
Okay. And your shield is not plus anything. It's just that it's made out of anti-god glass, which gives it some other abilities, I think.
It's +2.
Well, every shield is +2.
Oh.
Is it a +2, like a magical +2 shield?
Yes,
Okay, well then it should add 4 to your armor
it
class.
does.
Okay.
Okay.
That's why my AC is 21.
I was going to offer to switch shields with you in that case, because you're more likely to be up front. But no, if we've both got +4, it's fine.
Okay. Does anyone need a +1 weapon?
No,
Okay.
Mama Sass is attached to hers, and Coral's attached to hers.
All right then. Well, you don't see anything you need here, I guess. Estelle says, "Well, I'm sorry that didn't work out. Is there something else you want to look at?
Well, Estelle,
Get something to eat, maybe?"
well, I was wondering, didn't Lavarian want me to play for him? Is it like, did he want me to play for the camp, for his army to boost their morale, or did he want a personal performance?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what he wants. Maybe he'd like you to play for everyone.
Yeah.
He's really, he's got a lot on his mind. He might forget that he even said that.
I see.
You may have to bring it up again if you really want to play something.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Sure. So I could take you to get something to eat. I could just take you on a tour if you just want to look around. We could go by the Sage's wagon.
Do we need any potions of healing, you think?
Oh, well, yeah, we could probably get you some of those. I can look into that.
Oh, that'd be great.
Mama Sass has a greater. Coral has 2 greater and 5 regular, which are basically nothing at this level.
Yeah.
I mean, none of it's a lot at this level.
Yeah. Tara has 3 regular potions of healing.
I have 1 regular.
Sartok have any?
Does Sartok? Gasson does. Sartok? No. Oh, he does. Never mind.
If you want some, the pricing is going to be 50 gold pieces for regular, 100 gold pieces for greater healing, 500 gold for superior healing, and 1,350 gold for supreme healing.
Whew. You said 100 for greater?
For greater healing.
I would like 1 of those, if possible.
Okay. She can arrange that if anybody else wants potions of healing. For 100 gold, you can get a potion of greater healing.
Tara's gonna get one too.
Okay. That's 4d4 plus 4.
She'll get 2 of them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right.
Mama Sass will get 1
Okay.
greater.
Does Baba Gaston want one?
Nah. I mean, these are, at this point in the game, these are really only good for, like, bringing somebody up.
Yes,
Still little
right.
hit points, so as long as you got 2-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, I've needed them. So we're gonna get 2.
You gotta have them, especially if you don't have the healing spells. You gotta be able to bring up somebody else.
This is true.
So, I guess if there's nothing else in particular you want to do, maybe she'll take you on a tour of the camp, the general camp, unless you want to go back to your ship.
Well, no, I'd like a tour. Is she going to give us a tour?
Yeah, sure. It's exactly what you'd expect. You saw most of it from the air. But, yeah, she leads you out of the high camp, past the Sage's wagon. So, as you're on the way out, just outside the high camp is a smaller fortified camp. It doesn't have as many soldiers in it, but the palisades are just as heavily manned, and inside are various camp followers, which means, spouses, merchants, washers and menders, money changers, all sorts of folk. And nearest to the high camp is a large wagon. Really, it's a caravan. And the sides are covered in locked panels, and there's a frost giant guard standing next to it, and an elf and a human standing guard next to it. There's a heavy-set elderly male humanoid sitting on an apparently invisible chair, reading. And, Coral, you notice that light pulses through thin fissures in his skin. This is an earth genasi.
Oh. Does he seem voluntarily there, or?
Oh yeah, he seems like he's manning this sage's wagon. This must be the sage.
Okay.
And then there's a young Triton woman wiping down the cart with a rag. It looks like she probably works for him. But you walk by them and walk through the camp followers camp and out into the main camp. And you can see in both directions, as far as you can see, are just small fortified camps. They're divided up into different units. So, for example, there might be a mercenary company that has their own camp. There might be a group of dwarves that have their own camp. There might be a group of elves. But they've all formed different camps depending on what kind of unit they are. And there are messengers constantly running back and forth between them, delivering messages and orders. They look like they're in pretty good order. They're in pretty good organization. That things seem to be running very smoothly. You can also see down the slope of this. The land sort of slopes up toward the city, which you can't see from here, but the land is sloping upward from the sea, and in the direction of the sea, you can see down to the shore, and you can see lots and lots of really big ships have been dragged up onto the shore. Everything looks pretty well organized. Is there anything in particular you want to look at or look for?
I want to take note of the guarded, locked thing.
Yeah, that's the Sage's wagon.
Yeah.
Estelle mentioned that was an option if you wanted to either get scrolls or get information. That's a good place to go.
Okay.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else you want to do, she says she'll either take you back to your ship or she can take you to the mess so you can get something to eat.
Will we be having another meeting with Livarian at some point?
There's the War Council tonight, and 2 of you have been invited to that.
Oh.
If you want to come, yeah, that would be wonderful. You'll be there with Livarian and the other leaders.
Gotcha. All right.
I don't know if he'll do another one-on-one interview tonight, maybe tomorrow.
Well, did Jessica want to... I'm sorry, not Jessica, but Coral want to look for a gem-encrusted bowl?
We don't have the money for it. It doesn't matter.
Okay, then.
I don't know. I mean, roleplay gold? I feel like what's more roleplay than Gaston wanting a giant feast?
Should we pickpocket all of the soldiers until we get 1,000 gold?
No.
I don't think that there are enough soldiers here for us to pickpocket from soldiers and get that amount.
Well, we wouldn't be pickpocketing. I'd be replacing them with marbles. I bought a whole bag.
There's got to be a payroll tent here somewhere that you could rob.
I was thinking about robbing the Sage's wagon.
Okay.
Wait, no, you put words in my mouth. I didn't mean rob. An exchange.
So it doesn't sound like there's anything in particular you want to do. So Estelle she's got things to do. So she leads you back to your ships and asks you to come by the main tent right around sunset. Come by Livarian's tent right around sunset and join the meeting. And the other party members are welcome to come. It's just that they won't be able to squeeze into the council itself. They'll have to stand somewhere farther back.
We will, thank you.
All right. Well, and have a nice rest. I'll see you in a few hours.
Thank you.
She walks off. So all of you are now together again. The group that left the ships now back with the folks that stay with the ships, guarding them. And there are people who sometimes walk by and stop to gawk at the Spelljammers parked here. They apparently really didn't have any kind of Spelljammer force.
Ah.
So, what would we ask for our help?
Wait, what are we asking for in return for providing aid?
Yes.
Did you say you wanted to become some kind of royal? Is that a serious...
He offered that. I would be more inclined to find land for people of World 83 to live. Now, maybe a duchy comes with land that people could then settle on, which would be accomplishing that feat.
Yeah, I mean...
Alternatively, simply money that we could then use to purchase different areas.
That's true. Now... He has this location. Now, is he he wants to be some kind of emperor, which, whatever, grooves his float or floats his groove. I don't know the saying. But is he trying to take over a bunch of different lands, or is it just this one that he's establishing for his empire of elves?
I mean, it sounds like for now he's just trying to get the Neogi out and fix this place. But I think eventually he will start taking over other places. But I don't know when that'll be.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. He said something that I've now forgotten what he said.
I asked him specifically because that's what his frost giant said. He said that he might have expanded in some areas, but not like to the point of Ronkthrak, which is where they were speaking.
Oh yeah, like I don't know how far he'd go, but I think he would eventually start trying to expand, but probably I mean not far. He's on an island. It's limited options, I suppose.
It is sentient nature to, expand your power, your influence. But if he's just trying to repair this place, we could just take land here and relocate World 83. I'm still not 100% on board. I don't know, man. Is it because Lavarian is the way he is that he makes me feel uneasy sometimes? I don't know.
I think he's just stupid.
Well, I don't know if I want, the person protecting World 83 to be ruling over the area where they live if he's incompetent.
Well, he would not be protecting the world anymore. People would be out of the world. They could go where they wanted.
But within his domain, or
But they need lands to settle. So we could get money to buy land elsewhere, or we could ask for land here when we free this area. That's my thoughts. I'm just one person. We're a whole team.
Neogi bad. We should kill the Neogi. And if they're going to help us do it, that seems like a good thing.
Yeah, I think money's a pretty...
I agree with that, Coral. I also think that is one of the reasons to help Lavarian is because, well, clearly the Neogi are out to get us and also are bad, and Lavarian is not. He's just...
Yeah. Well...
not very thoughtful.
Yeah.
I think a reward of gold to buy land or do with what we would like would be the easiest course of action. And then, fighting off the Neogi is its own reward, but asking for some gold wouldn't be terrible.
Zartok, what are your thoughts? I feel like you don't have a hand in either of these options, really.
Is World 83 overflowing with people? Is everybody stacked on top of each other inside a little jar? Are they just aching to get out? I mean, maybe they don't want to leave.
They might not want to leave, in which case I would happily keep the jar safe somewhere and for as long as I possibly can keep it functioning well, but it certainly doesn't mean that people don't want to leave also.
I think maybe just consider that maybe we ask if Coral can be the official god of this new country or something, and that could be in exchange because that ties together our goals a bit. Maybe this would be a good opportunity to expand Coral's influence over the world and expand her prayers, etc., rather than gold or land that may or may not be needed.
Zartok, you are truly a genius. That's a great course of action. If she achieved a whole population of people where the land, their deity of choice is Coral, and we happen to be the ones that free the world from Neogi and other evil, that will spread like wildfire, I assume, around this land, and people would know who Coral is more than they do now.
Yeah, it's just an idea. I mean, whatever.
Could we ask for both? Is that too greedy?
Like, where do I think our power levels exist compared to others in the camp? Like, are we super powerful? Are we, good but not great? Like,
you are clearly among the most powerful people here.
Okay.
Right? There's a dragon and there's a bunch of giants, and those are really tough. But among the non-dragons and non-giants in the camp, you feel like you're pretty much at the top of the food pyramid here. At the top of the what's it called?
Food chain?
Food chain.
Food chain. Yes, you feel like you're at the top of the food chain here.
That's what I thought.
Now, Lavarian and his crew by his tent, you're not sure. Lavarian himself is especially hard to read. And you're not sure if he is an incompetent idiot or really good at hiding his abilities.
Or maybe both.
Or maybe both. Or, I mean, you did see him in the past. He said that he was a dragon, and you saw a dragon.
Why don't at the meeting, Tara? Why don't you just do your super cool Dragon Ball Z Scouter mode and
I will.
on everyone? Cool. Were you about to say that? Sorry.
I think also Zartok. It's hard to make a group of people worship a certain individual. That seems dangerous. Do you understand? We could now use land and money to create a temple to Coral in the city once we've saved it from the Neogi. And that could encourage worship.
Sure,
Well, I mean-
yeah, that makes sense. But just, she's the official sponsor, and, she puts up her cool coral flag or something like that, and that's a coral banner or whatever that goes with the army or whatever's going on.
Does she have a symbol?
Ooh.
Huh. That's an excellent question.
Yeah, she's got to make one right now. Go.
Oh, God.
Open Microsoft Paint.
We did it last
And get
episode too,
cracking.
so
Yeah, the butterfly, right?
yeah, butterfly.
Crystal wings or stained glass wings. Does that not
Could be a
work?
butterfly on fire.
Sure.
Wow.
Sorry,
I'm not
that
going to
seems
come
dark.
up with any.
Nothing says God of knowledge like a butterfly on fire
With stained glass.
with stained glass wings.
I was just going with her hair,
Yep. Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah.
Could it be a butterfly in an open book? Like the butterflies on the pages of the open book?
Oh, like a reading rainbow, kind of.
Kind of.
I like that, actually, quite a bit. Well, that's a good idea, Coral. Now, also, it's not like we would be enforcing your worship. You would just be like the national, like the head religion, but then there could be, everybody could worship what they want. It's just that the emperor would identify as following this particular religion, and then, maybe people would follow that because he would be their ruler, but it wouldn't be enforced like the law.
So you're encouraging one of our terms is to request that Lavarian worship Coral?
Yeah. She becomes the official deity of the great leader Lavarian.
I don't know how comfortable I feel like we can suggest it, but I don't know if we require, I don't want to be forcing stuff on people.
You wouldn't be. Well, I mean, only on Lavarian. We would just assume or hope that his people would be like, oh, that's cool. Our great leader likes the god Coral. Maybe we should also follow Coral.
I think a temple and a commemorative statue to her defeat over the Neogi would be encouraging enough.
Cora looks horrified by the idea of a commemorative statue of her.
Also, you know what bothers me about Lavarian? He makes me think of like Jar Jar Binks. He fails upward. And that's what no one can.
Kara is busy trying to pose Coral for a statue.
What is it? Who is this great hero that you're talking about? This Jar Jar Binks.
That was outside the roleplay.
All right.
I'm so confused. No one can be that incompetent and have succeeded this well. How is he doing it?
He's pretty.
Now put your leg up, Coral.
No,
now
it's-
imagine
it's-
this is the husk of a Neogi just laying here.
Can we actually put something down then? Because it's just awkward standing with my leg up.
Ooh, you could sit on top of Sylphonia.
Well, that's your horse. I don't think that makes any sense for me being sitting on her.
Oh, I guess that's true. I just thought it'd be majestic.
I could be a horse. Do you think that would be more majestic?
No.
No. Unless that's what you want. But knowledge and horse, elephant.
No,
You
it'll.
could be an elephant.
Are elephants wise? Smart?
They never forget.
Yeah.
Wait, do we know what those are?
Yeah, what is this? I'm learning so many things today. There's an
Lots of
elephant.
assumptions being made here.
There's Jar Jar Binks,
Made us
the
hero.
greatest hero of all time. What,
Dolphin? They're smart, right? Do I know what a dolphin is? Who knows?
I think that would be awkward at this meeting.
I've probably seen a dolphin. I lived
Oh,
on
sure.
ships.
Yeah,
Oh.
of course.
So, what is the game plan?
I think that requesting that a temple to Coral is raised after we take Ardalarvella in Ardalarvella, right? Because that's the capital. That makes sense. It would be a good start.
Could she have a plaque that says the great god hero Coral helped vanquish the Neogi?
Yes, that would be down there at the base of her statue.
Man, that would be cool. Now,
We're putting a lot on the assumption that Coral survives this, but okay.
Well, you're supposed to be immortal, aren't you? How does
yeah, can you die, Coral?
Jessica doesn't know. Probably not. Far off one couldn't kill me, but also I don't know.
Huh?
All right, so
I also think, and Tara's looking at Zartok, that in the event that Lavarian becomes an emperor, he could use an advisor.
Well, this Zartok, you're from here, right? Like that would make sense. You get to come back to your homeland and help run it and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not interested in this.
yeah, I thought you were going to explore your horizons.
Yeah, I don't think I want to have a job after this.
But you would be so good at it.
To have a good old 9 to 5. Yeah, no thanks.
I feel like trying to advise Lavarian would be a lot.
Yeah, I don't think we would get along.
I just think you should be hand of the king.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Thank you, Tara. That means a lot coming from you. I feel like, I appreciate it.
Haven't even thought about what happens.
Maybe Anne's not then.
What?
Yeah, there you go.
But who would keep Garlos from dying?
You didn't do a good job the first time.
Oh,
Ouch.
That was not
That was-
necessary,
That was
Zartok.
unnecessary.
Well,
Poor Ansna tries so hard.
it's just true.
someone has to watch him. I suppose there's what we'll ask for. Someone to watch Garlos.
That might be too big of an ask.
Hmm.
The
They
unwatchable force.
Truly be best friends, Garlos and Lavarian.
Yeah, let's leave
my
Carlos as the
God.
advisor.
Can we have Mike roleplay an interaction between the two? Back and
That is, poor Mike. Have to roleplay with Mike.
that would be amazing.
I don't know that Garlos should be anyone's advisor. Maybe an advisor of fun.
Food
Yeah.
taster. I think he'd be an excellent
Oh.
food taster.
That's funny.
That was equally savage, Coral.
What are we offering in the present? We were what should we say we're good at? Should we be the spell gemming brigade
Oh,
or a diversion crew or what? Because
I thought we were going to help with the ships, Zartok.
I think that is something that we have that we can offer to our advantage, to their advantage, but also we have ourselves.
Would we be okay letting other people run our spelljammers while we were on the ground?
Sarah
No.
looks at Mama Sass in particular.
Mama Sass does not look pleased with this idea,
Hmm.
but also wants to be in the middle of the fighting, so is conflicted.
Tara feels the same way.
Now, most Neogi have their own spelljammer fleets, correct?
You determined that's true. Yes.
So if that was the case, I mean, even if we were manning the spelljammers in the sky, we would probably get into some scrapes in the sky where we'd have to board enemy ships. We don't necessarily have to
Perhaps far too many, given that they probably have far more ships than we do.
I am concerned about that. I don't know how we do as a fighting fleet if there's only 2 ships. A diversion would be cool. We could be...
Yeah, and our ship was not powerful enough to take on one of their stronger ships at all. I mean, we're just outclassed in that regard.
Yeah, we almost lost everything.
I mean, we were super tired that day, but point stands.
We can offer to be like shock troops and bring ourselves plus Lavarian's best up to the top, and maybe, I don't know if they've got like a laser bug person up there, something.
Infiltrate with our ship? Is that like it drops us off as it has before?
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't we leave that more vague? Like, there's this war meeting tonight. Tell them that we would be offering our aid and let them see what kind of suggestions they propose. What is it that they would need from us? And then we decide how we want to go about doing that.
I agree, Aster. Tara, you know our capabilities, and you can offer suggestions as it makes sense.
Okay.
So who is Tara taking with her to this meeting then?
Zartok.
You don't want Coral to go? I mean, aren't we trying to make Coral very visible in this about?
I don't feel that based on her using a disguise earlier that she wants to be known at this point in time. So, no.
Okay.
I'm not going to do this disguise this time. I can't do it in battle anyway, so I might as well just deal with it. I just don't like the idea of being all me right now.
Can you make yourself like maybe more godly looking? Like,
what would that entail?
I don't know. Don't you
A
have
gold outline like in Hercules?
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I mean, what Zartok said is not a bad idea. Coral needs to put her face in front of leaders, and they have to know who she is and what they're getting into. I could use the guitar of the bazaar. I have a little magic in there if everything goes the way I'd like. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it could provide some courage, make you braver. It sounds like you're just unsure of yourself. Maybe you just need a boost.
I can give myself spines.
Oh, that...
I don't know if that's godlike or just, cactus-like.
Oh. Some spines.
I just, I don't know. Me feels like there's a lot happening in my head right now, Aster, and courage might not hurt, but I don't know. There's a lot in my head right now, and it's stressful.
I see. Well, we're not going to force you, Coral. And Zartok is pretty smart, so...
I will go if you guys think I should.
Well, you do get the sense there are people in this camp that are praying to you.
Sure. Yeah.
And it just doesn't stop. Just this constant ringing, buzzing in your head. Still taking Zartok or taking Coral?
Coral, was that a no that you don't want to go?
I will go if you want me to go. And I will be me, even.
Okay.
So I'll just remind you, you were asked to bring someone that you think would be a good advisor, who would have useful and helpful information.
Wait, you mean the 18-year-old doesn't fit that?
And that may be Coral. I'm just telling you that's what you were asked to do.
I mean, they did say that the rest of us could come and hang out outside, so...
That's right, yeah.
At the very least, Coral could be outside, because Zartok does make more sense as far as an advisor goes.
I mean, yeah, I figured Tara's advisor, whether he likes it or not, is Zartok, so...
Would you say you both know equally about the outside world? I mean, clearly me and Tara shouldn't be providing advice on the workings of the world at large. We're still new to all of this, so definitely Zartok and Coral. But how much knowledge do you think you have, Coral, when it comes to...
I mean, I spent my life on the Urbanimar and then an island and then with you guys, so I know some stuff, but I don't know everything about the world.
Got it. And, all right. Well, Zartok was frozen in a capsule.
Yeah, I've been, gone for a bit.
Well, then we all are almost equally knowledgeable because we've all been around this world, probably more than a lot of the people here.
That's probably true.
Given the fact that we have a Spelljammer and they don't.
Well, if Zartok, you're going, either you or Tara, just could you kind of figure out what's going on with the whole performance thing? I know this is not important, but, I always get itchy fingers. I would love to perform if they'd like me to.
Who are you asking?
Tara and Zartok. If they could please just let him know if he would like a performance to boost morale for the troops. That could be something small we could offer just as a fun little incentive.
I think that's something you do and ask forgiveness later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you can entertain people outside of the tent.
You know what? I will, but I feel like that'd be very distracting.
Do it some distance away.
All right.
In sum, we are asking for a temple to Coral on Arta Laravella. And anything else?
I think asking for land makes sense, but land or a duchy or something, I think that's fine. But
I mean, if we ask for gold, we can buy land.
A temple in the city, and then I like land. I think land is better than gold. Because then they have to get gold, but they'll have land. It'll be created once it's freed.
That's true. Okay. Plan set.
Okay, so you, I guess, have something to eat. You relax for a little while. It's getting on toward evening. It's very warm, probably due to all the spells being constantly cast around the camp by the wizards and sorcerers on defensive duty.
Shouldn't it not be?
Well, a lot of the spells they're casting are cantrips and first level spells.
Okay.
Right, which get around that restriction. You're right that the higher level spells, if they're being channeled through deities, so they're not generating heat. But whatever first level spells and cantrips they're casting, there's a lot of casting going on at a war camp. But yeah, you're right. It's probably not as bad as it would otherwise have been. So, for example, casting those big walls of force, those don't generate any heat, which they normally would. It's also humid due to the recent rain, so it's a little uncomfortable, but not terrible. Small groups of people, some of them important looking and others dangerous looking, they make their way through the high camp toward Lavarian's tent, and the meeting takes place just outside his tent. So all of you make your way there. Most of you hang around outside the tent. I won't bother to put all the various NPCs out there, but as the sun sets, a crowd forms. Present are representatives from various cities, as well as captains of several mercenary companies, and a half-orc representing the unaffiliated soldiers who have joined up and been formed into a division of their own. A frost giant with a large hammer represents the forces that Lavarian has summoned. There are also logistics personnel and note-takers. The area is really not big enough for this many people, but they've somehow crammed into the space, and Lavarian starts the meeting. Hey dudes, welcome! We need to make this fast, because having so many of our awesome leaders in one place is like putting a big target on us, and that sucks. So let's all welcome some radical dudes, the Glass Guardians, to the army. They're really big fans of me, of course, and totally on board with the whole thing. They did a great job scaring off those spelljammers yesterday. Let's all give them a round of applause. And everyone claps. A few people cheer.
Tarot waves.
That's how awesome our cause is. We've got some freaky heroic adventurers on our side, yeah. So here's the deal, dudes. We have this cool beachhead, and now we've got to push to the city, right? We don't think they have a lot of, regular soldier dudes. That's just not really how the Neogi operate. They have their spelljammers, they have their Umber Hulks, and anything else would be, a surprise, I guess. The thing a smart person would do, and hey, that's me, is try several different things and, see what happens. Right? So, we're gonna push on the city with the army? It's harder to protect them from spelljammers while on the march, so we're also gonna send some folks to fly over the city and try to keep their spelljammers busy, wizards flying and other cool stuff. There are also some dudes who are looking into tunneling under the city walls. He nods at some dwarves. Ideally, we'd have someone teleport into the city to wreak havoc, but the problem is there aren't many people still alive who have been into the city and remember it well enough to, safely teleport there. There's me and, a couple other elves, so we could go with some brave dudes if necessary, if anyone wants to go in. And when he says that, the man that you saw reading some scrolls and wearing black leather stands up. He's very pale. And he says, "No, that won't do. It is good for an emperor to lead troops, but not a raiding party." And at that, the frost giant nods and says,
"Ja, they are forbjudet."
Lavarian sighs. "Okay, whatever, I guess no raiding party, man. Here's the thing, though. The Neogi probably have a great old master in there, and when the eggs in it hatch, they're going to have a bunch more Neogi. Even their young are totally gnarly. So if anyone has any ideas for how to get someone deep in there without having to go over, under, or through, let us know, okay? We do have scrolls if anyone needs some spells to help with that. And he waits and looks around. Lots of people are sort of looking thoughtful, stroking their chins, but no one volunteers an idea. Do you want to volunteer anything? Does anybody have any ideas?
Sure, yeah. Tara will say, we have a spelljammer. We could use that to keep their spelljammers busy, along with your flying mages. We could also potentially use that to get ourselves into the city.
All right, so Lavarian looks at you and approvingly and thinks for a moment, and he says, yeah, that's cool. Like, spelljammers would be great for helping to keep their spelljammers busy, but, I don't think you're going to be able to use your spelljammer to get into the city, though, right? Because they'll have defenses against spelljammers ready. They have a whole spelljammer, a port there, right? They have, a whole spelljammer port thing. So I don't know if you want to fly your way in. That's like a suicide mission almost, I think, I mean, if you want to do that, it's your life, but I wouldn't want to throw it away like that,
Well, is there someone who would direct us into the correct area to teleport?
Is there someone? Who could it be? I'm not there.
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, I could take you. Maybe I could, teleport someone in and then teleport right back out again? And he turns around and looks at the pale guy. The pale guy gives him sort of an unhappy look.
Or if there's one of the other elves you were mentioning?
I don't think any of them can cast a spell that powerful, though. Well, I guess I could give them a scroll. They could use a scroll. That might work. Yeah.
What are the scrolls that you've got available that you mentioned?
Well, you'd have to go talk to the sages, but I know we got teleport for sure. That cool spell's really cool. I know teleport, of course. Yeah, I mean, is there something you were looking for, Horn Dude?
Well, I don't know. Zartok rolls a 22 Arcana to think of some spells that might do it.
Spells for what?
I don't know. There's in other editions of the game, there's shadow plane walking, where you walk through the shadow plane and then you just kind of appear. So you just kind of pop back in and assassinate a big ugly alien slaver bug.
So 5e spells that do that kind of thing, going, the weakest teleport-like spells would be Misty Step and then Thunder Step, Dimension Door, Teleportation Circle, but you need a circle to use that one. Arcane Gate, Plant Walking or Transport via Plants, Word of Recall, Teleport, Plane Shift, and Gate.
I could do the plants one, but I needed to know a tree that's in the city in that case, and I do not.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is metagaming, so stop me now, but isn't Zartok a living being who's been to that city?
What?
It is, yes.
He is not volunteering that information,
Uh-huh.
though.
Okay, I was just for my recollection.
That's right. For the sake of the listener,
Yeah.
yes, Zartok is withholding this
I
information.
don't know why, but okay. I'm here for it.
Cool, good to know. I've been thinking about it the whole time.
He doesn't have the teleport spell. If they let him use the scroll, he'll use it. He doesn't know if that's what we want to do yet.
Okay.
Lavarian looks around, and everyone's looking thoughtful, but no one really has a clear idea of a better way to get in. He says, I guess we'll put a pin in that one and circle back to it. All right, I know it's boring, but let's talk logistics for a bit. Logistics nerds, your turn. And Lavarian takes a seat on a folding chair that says Emperor in glittery letters on the back.
Oh my god.
Is it bedazzled? Did he bedazzle his chair?
Yes.
Wow.
And an elf and a gnome step forward through the crowd and begin rattling off a list of numbers. Estimated days of food, availability of replacement armor and weaponry, number of soldiers wounded, how many are expected to recover, how quickly. It takes a while to go through all this. Is there anything you want to do while you're waiting for the boring bit to end? Some of the people around you are listening carefully, but for others, this information is clearly not important.
Tara leans into Zartok and says, What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I could use the, not too interested in the logistics portion here, because, really care how many sandwiches it takes.
Yeah, no, I mean about how we could help. I think that, Mama Sass and I would obviously like to go into the city. I feel like those are we're quite biased in that regards. Now, I still think it's a good idea for our party to do that. But you're the one I brought here because I think you have good advice.
Yeah, us teleporting's fine. I'm thinking of a spell called Arcane Gate at the moment. Yeah, he's like looking at his spell book because, each spell has like 4 paragraphs to describe what it does. So he's thinking about, and he'll roughly say this to Tara. He's thinking about using Arcane Gate that would allow the army to just kind of get through the walls, but we would have to push up close enough within 500 feet. And then the army could just kind of pour through that Arcane Gate. I think that might actually be our best. If we could do that, that might be the most useful thing we could do.
I think it would be hard to get the whole army up there within 500 feet. But maybe.
But, well, I mean, the issue usually with the, sieging a city is the walls in the way. But I don't know if that's the case, Mike. Is that the case with Art Laravella, or is it the...
Yes, there are big walls in the way, plus a spelljammer port overhead.
That's kind of what Zartok's thinking. Now, the issue is you've got to be able to see both points, so that kind of lowers the usefulness of the spell.
Does make it more difficult with the wall between you.
It would be hard to get through a wall without seeing.
Yes. And it's concentration, so, Zartok has spells that let him see beyond the wall, but he can't have both those spells ongoing at the same time. He can see through spelljammers, however.
But one point has to be within 10 feet of you, though. Right? Which means if you want an army to go through it, it would need to be on the ground.
Right. We would fight up to that point, up to 500 feet of the wall, and then secure that spot. And then the army could pour through the gate.
But you would have to see the spot where you're creating that gate and the other end of it as well, which wouldn't work from a spelljammer. You would need to be on the ground to do that if the army's going to go through it.
Zartok can control a spelljammer remotely.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true.
So Zartok could be on the ground, use the spelljammer in the sky to see the other side of the wall, and cast the gate on the ground.
Does controlling the spelljammer require concentration, or is it just automatic?
I think that the spelljammer spell, the Operate Spelljammer Helm, is a concentration spell,
You wouldn't be able to use Arcane Gate and that at the same time.
Yeah.
That would result in the spelljammer plummeting to the ground.
Yes.
Well, that would be a fine distraction.
Yeah, that would cause quite a stir.
We're not there, so I don't think I can comment on it.
Okay. You are listening to the overall presentation, but yeah, you're not in on this particular conversation. Yeah, it sounds like among your options, teleport is the one most likely to work.
As far as Tara knows, and Tara knows nothing about magic.
I'm trying to think of any ways I can make Arcane Gate work.
You hope that there's a little hole in the wall?
The concentration issue is really the hardest part.
Yeah, that's tricky. I don't know how you're going to make that work. Seeing both ends of it.
Find an arrow slit.
Then get shot in the eye as you try to look through.
Listen, nothing's perfect, but an eyeless Zartok, or just one eye gone,
You would look cool. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty metal.
On the tattoo side would be even cooler.
I think all sides are tattoo side. I think he's tattoos everywhere.
Oh, I thought it was
That's his
tattooed
face,
on one.
right?
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he was pretty heavily tattooed everywhere, but maybe on his face too. All right, so you discuss this, but don't have any suggestions, and eventually the elf and the gnome ask for questions, but hearing none, Lavarian steps forward again. Well, thanks, nerds. We're breaking camp in the morning, and we're moving inland. The scouts say there's not much resistance until we get relatively close to the walls, but I'm sure the Neogi have some surprises planned, even if only to slow us down. Losers. In the morning, the giants will break down the palisades and carry them to our next campsite. Oh, and nobody gawk at the dragon. He doesn't like it, and I don't want him to eat anybody else. If you get a chance to catch some wildlife, big stuff like deer, please bring it in for the dragon. Now go get some Z's, my dudes. And Lavarian starts to retire to his tent, but the guy wearing black leather sort of pulls him aside to meet with some representatives of the various groups under his command. Lavarian looks tired. What do you want to do?
Join that group.
All right, you join that group. As you join the queue, the fellow wearing black has gone through this line of people, and he comes up to you, and he says, "Yes, hello, you are the Glass Guardians, are you not?"
Yes, we are.
"Yes, I am Gloric. I am the eyes and ears of the Emperor, and a filter and screen against the demands placed upon him. He says that he'd like to meet with important people. As you can imagine, he is weary. Is there something I could help you with?"
Yes, you can help us meet with the Emperor.
"Well, if there's something you could discuss with me instead, it would lighten his load somewhat. But if you want, you can wait in line."
We would like to help, but we do want something in return, and we've discussed it internally, and we've decided what we want.
"Ah, I see. Yes, that might be best discussed with him. Well, please wait. I'll put your name on the queue, and eventually you'll be at the front of the line."
Thank you, Gloric.
"Of course.
Pleasure to meet you.
And you." And he sachets his way down the line past you and to the people who have formed up behind you.
Question while they're waiting in
Yes.
line. Did we see where, tents were for healing or whatever?
You haven't yet seen a medical tent or area. You could ask.
I would like to ask somebody
Okay.
where the medical tents are.
Yeah, so you are led around.
I don't know if Aster's coming with me. He doesn't have to.
I don't know either. Pastor, do you want to go with her?
Where are you going specifically?
Medical tents. I'm gonna go heal people.
Oh,
Yeah, she's gonna go create miracles.
Actually, I'm going to say, hey, Coral, you're heading out somewhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna go do some healing in the tents, get us some people up and going.
Do you think it'd be rude to maybe go to where the encampments are and just do a small performance just to cheer people up?
I don't see that as being rude. I think it's fine.
All right. Wish me luck. Gonna make a show.
Good luck.
Thanks. Good luck with healing.
Split the party. Split the party.
Aster and Symphonia make their way out of the camp, where they're going to perform something.
Have a song.
Does the horse sing?
She'll prance around.
She can prance. I'm gonna
Okay.
do hand sparkles with I know I said this right the last time. Prestidigitation.
Hey!
There you go.
I've been practicing this word. By the end of this podcast. So I'm going to do some sparkles, and I'm going to do thaumaturgy to boom the voice. And then I have a song. Maybe you'll allow me to sing it. I haven't done one of these in a while.
Oh boy.
Okay. Here's a little song I wrote. I hope you take it note for note. Don't worry. Be happy.
You wrote that?
And I'll sing a song like that. Fun little upbeat song.
Okay. So, Aster, roll a performance check.
Oh, okay.
Can I use one of my inspirations? Why not?
Yeah, sure.
You have inspiration.
On me?
Coral gives you divine inspiration.
So what do I add to that?
You just roll another d20 and take the better.
Ooh, cool, because I rolled a 9. All right, thank you, my friend. That was cool. 15.
Total of 15?
No, I rolled 15 on the die.
Well, what's the total?
Performance is plus 15.
Wow.
So 30 plus...
I think 30 is enough.
Okay, I will stop
I think
there.
you could probably stop with 30.
34 is the total.
34?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. So, yeah, in fact, a crowd forms. Like, people stop attending to their duties,
Oops.
and they just start crowding around you, and it turns into a sort of an impromptu concert as people follow you around, and their spirits are buoyed by your singing. Yeah, the people who seemed like they were nervous or afraid about upcoming fighting, they all have their spirits lifted by Aster performing for them. Nice. Coral, you come to this camp. There's a giant guarding the this area, the medical area of the high camp. And the giant sort of looks at you.
Yeah?
Hi, I just wanted to go heal some people. Can I do that?
The giant looks over toward a cleric who is at a tent inside this little sectioned off area, and the cleric looks at you and looks at the giant and then nods. And you come inside, and the cleric is holding a staff with some snakes twined around it, and he says, "Hey, you here to help out? Did someone send you over here?"
I mean, nobody really sent me, but I just thought it made sense. We're not doing anything till tomorrow. I got a whole bunch of spells I could use, and I could help you out, get some people up on their feet.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, if you want to help out, yeah. And he gestures around. This is clearly not the main medical area. This is just what's going on in the high camp. But there are some wounded people, and you can see from their wounds, it looks like some of them have been injured by things falling from spelljammers. Others, they look like they've got some sort of claw wounds. You would guess they had an encounter with some Umber Hulks.
Yeah, stupid Umber Hulks.
But yeah, you can definitely help with that.
I've got mass cure wounds. I've got cure wounds. I've got healing word. I'm willing to use everything except for my 7th and 8th level spell slots. So just, whatever. I cure people.
Yep, mass cure wounds would take care of most of these injuries.
Oh, that's easy then. That's a 5th level spell. Okay, cool.
Okay.
I do it.
All right. The cleric obviously had been using healing magic as well, but there were more injuries than he had resources to deal with. But with that, most of the injuries are healed. There's one fellow who looks like he's probably been poisoned with something. That might take something else. But other than that, yeah, most of the people just sort of hop up off the tables, hop up off the benches, and are just surprised that, wow, that was much faster than they expected, that they thought they might have to wait for the cleric to get spells again tomorrow before getting healed. But yeah, they're all very grateful.
There's a poison person?
There's a poison person as well.
Plus her restoration.
Nice.
Done.
All right. With that, the medical area is emptied out. And the cleric says, oh, thank you. What's your name?
I'm Coral.
Coral. Oh, you've heard about that goddess named Coral? Everyone's talking about her.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's,
Yeah. Well, anyways, thanks.
Yep, you're welcome.
I'm gonna get some rest.
Blushing. So much.
Nice.
Yeah, glad I could help. Thank you. You're welcome.
Awesome.
Bye.
Zartok and Terra, you make your way to the front of the line finally, and Lavarian looks really tired, like he's got bags under his eyes, and he says, "Oh, dudes, okay, you're back. What are we talking about here?"
Oh, well, we discussed what we wanted in turn for helping.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I think we come to something pretty simple, really. We would like a temple in Argelaravella to the goddess Coral.
Oh, yeah, I heard about her.
Yes.
I'm a far-off one man myself. But, yeah, okay. That seems like a reasonable request. I mean, assuming the far-off one doesn't get mad about it or something, but she seems pretty chill with everything so far.
Well, Coral is here with us in the fight.
Oh, I mean, like, yeah, the far-off one's, like, here with me, Like, that's what the gods are, They're with us,
No, I mean, she's with us. She's with our party.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's cool. Wow, you guys are really, like, fervent, huh?
We'll introduce you later.
Okay, that's a weird way to put it. But, I'm good. I don't need to be converted or anything. You guys are like evangelicals or something. It's all right. It's not important. What was
No,
it? So
she's just
you wanted a temple. That's cool.
We would like a temple to Coral and Arda Laravella and some land in Laravella.
Oh, land in Laravella. I don't know, man. That might be tough, but we might be able to get you some land like nearby. I'll see what's possible. But yeah, I mean, definitely land is an option, man. Land is an option. It might be on the mainland part of the empire instead of in Laravella proper, but land is an option. I mean, are you going to have a title to go with that land?
I don't need
You got to have a title, dude. Come on.
You
want to
can
be a baroness, a duchess, a countess? What do you want to be?
I don't know the difference.
Oh, well, it's not really that important. I mean, you picked which one you like best.
Oh,
You want to be like, what do you think? Baroness Dane. What do you think? No?
Duchess.
Countess Dane?
Dame Dane.
Yeah. Well, Coral's not there. Dang
Nope,
it. Oh, well.
she's not. Sorry.
Can't play off that.
Nope.
Duchess.
Duchess Dane. Yeah, got the alliteration going. I like it. He does finger guns.
Yes. But
Very
I think you misunderstand. Coral is physically with us.
Like, she's just, like, you got just like a god hanging around with you?
Yes.
Why?
Because she's our friend.
Okay. He casts a nervous look over at Gloric. And Gloric shrugs. All right, that's cool.
Oh no. No.
Whatever, man. Okay, so you want a temple for your friend who's with you, a god, and you want some land, and you want to be a duchess. These are all easy asks. I love it. So, what do you offer? What can you do for us?
Well, I would preferably like to figure out the raiding party situation and be a part of that.
Oh yeah, man. You got somebody who can get their way in there, though? I mean, that's the trick.
Well, we'll need some assistance with that, right? You can teleport and then leave, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess, well, Gloric doesn't seem to be a real big fan of me putting myself in danger like that. But, I'm in charge. So I guess I could try to teleport you in. It's been a long time since I've been in there. It's been like, gosh, maybe 500-something years since I was in there, But I bet it hasn't changed that much.
Perhaps, and I guess you could give a lot of scrolls to one of your elven friends, but I don't know if they have the opportunity to really fumble those scrolls and not get out quite as quickly as someone as wonderful with magic as you.
Well, that's a fair point. You want to make sure that the teleport's a tricky spell, man. You want to make sure you get exactly where you want to go. It's a little bit tricky. Sometimes you don't end up right where you want to be. But, yeah, it's worth a try.
And Zartok continues to not chime in that he knows the way.
I'm reading a lot of things. So I have an offer here, mate.
All right, Horn Dude. Yeah, go for it. What's up?
Yep, that's cool. Yep, that's my most important feature. Yep.
Oh, am I offending you? What do you want me to call you?
That's perfectly fine. I like Horn Dude, actually.
Horn Dude?
It's pretty rad.
All right.
So listen, if you gave me a scroll of teleport, I could learn that spell and transport in our group, and we could, cause some havoc. That's one option.
Yeah. I gotta give you two scrolls, one to get in, one to get out.
Well, I could learn from the scroll.
Oh yeah, that too. But listen to me, man, right?
Okay.
As wizard to wizard, right? You want to use a scroll and save those slots.
Yeah, that would be nice, but they're expensive, so I understand how valuable they are.
man. Listen to me here, man. And he puts his hand on your shoulder. Bud, you're worth a scroll, man.
Yeah.
Aww.
Man, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I am worth maybe 3
This
scrolls.
is heartwarming.
Maybe 3 scrolls would be good.
You want 3 scrolls? Hang on a moment. And he goes over to Gloric and asks for, holds out his hands, and Gloric hands him a pad and something to write with. And Lavarian writes something on it and then tears off the sheet of paper and hands it to you. It says, dude, you want 3 scrolls? You take this over to the sage wagon. You get 3 scrolls, man.
That's awesome. That's that sort of power is even magic can do it when you've got power of a whole army and stuff. That's really great.
This is what power's for, man. Helping people out, helping out your friends, and making things better. Yeah, we're gonna make the world a better place, man.
Sure.
Does he have multiple personalities? Is that what's happening? I'm just so confused by this person.
So I have another idea. So do you tell us which one you'd rather try here?
Yeah.
You're a smart guy, so maybe I've got this wrong.
That's right.
And, it will also take maybe a little bit of DM creativity to allow this to work. But I could see through a familiar above the walls of Outlaw Villa.
Yeah.
And then I could cast Arcane Gate and get our armies through it.
That's a cool idea, man.
So familiar could fly above. I would see through the familiar's eyes. Cast Arcane Gate myself. And then your armies could pour through the walls. So what would be more useful us doing... Because we do have a few that could use the scrolls to teleport, but it's kind of by chance, and he's kind of an idiot. He's not. I mean, he's a little halfling. He's used the scroll of teleport before, supposedly. I don't believe it, but anyway, it's more reliable if I use it. So I think that's up to you. We could try to split our group up 2 ways, or we could concentrate on one or the other. You're a small fellow. Which do you prefer? And you too, Tara. What do you think?
Well, here's the thing, dude. I love the Arcane Gate idea and getting the army inside. That is super cool, right? But we need someone to get in there and wreak some havoc first, right? We need someone. If you've got the ability, dude, like you've been in there before, is that what you were saying here? You could use the teleport scroll to get in?
Yeah, I could do that.
Wow, man. You don't look that old. You've been in there recently?
It's all about topical creams and such. No,
say no more, dude. Like, please, say no more.
I'm the same as you. It could be different than what I remember. Yeah, what do you think would be a good spot, like a plaza? What sort of damage you want us to do?
No, you want to go to whatever... Well, you want to teleport into whatever place you remember the best, right?
Okay.
But as far as what needs to be done, someone needs to get in there and destroy those great old masters before the hatchlings come out. You know about the Neogi?
Right.
You know about their life cycle? You know about their life... Are we talking... Are we in like the same place here? We know what we're talking about?
Please describe their life cycle.
You tell us about their life. I know all about their life cycle, but I think it would be good if you told us what you know, and I could fill in anything you don't know.
All right. I'll tell you what here, all right? Gloric's going to help you out for a moment here, right? And I'm going to help some of these other people in line. I'll get right back to you, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Gloric steps forward and says, well, that was impressive. You really managed to... He likes you. Have you noticed that? Well, anyway, good work. He's given you, I think, all that you're asking for. The Neogi life cycle. It's truly disturbing. When Neogi grow old, they become feeble in body and confused in mind, you see. They're unable to control their slaves. As a result, the other Neogi inject the elderly with a poison by repeatedly biting them until they are nearly dead. The poison triggers a transformation, turning them into ravenous, thoughtless creatures. The Neogi then begin feeding anything they can find into these things, and they grow into great mounds of spider flesh, known as Great Old Masters. Truly disgusting things.
Ew.
Young Neogi lay their eggs in these masses, and the hatchlings devour them, and each other, leaving only the strongest. You understand? They need to be destroyed before that happens.
Yeah, so we gotta destroy the eggs. Got it.
We don't know where they would keep such things, but presumably in large buildings, a warehouse, a temple, something with a large open space to store these disgusting mounds of flesh.
Okay, got it.
Remember, every Neogi is dangerous. Every Neogi commands several Umberhawks. As powerful as we are, they will make it very difficult for this army to break into the city. Adding more Neogi to their ranks is something we cannot afford. Very well. Any questions?
Yuck.
Were you the bloke that I was supposed to ask the scrolls for? I forgot.
No,
Yes.
you'll go to the
Someone
wagon,
else.
the sage
Okay.
wagon, outside the camp.
Sage Wagon. Cool. Sage Wagon. Awesome band name. Writing that down. Okay. Sage Wagon. 3 scrolls teleport. Got it. You got all that, Tara? You good to go?
Yes. Yes, I think so. We're killing their children.
In a family friendly way.
And with that, Gloric says, excuse me, your highness, they're ready. And Lavarian excuses himself from the people that he is talking to and says, all right, my dudes, so what'd you decide? What you gonna do?
Destroy the nests.
Oh, wow, you're gonna, teleport in first? Yeah, I think that your idea with the gate is really cool. Like, if you could get in there and, like, sneak around and destroy those big old disgusting things, that would be so cool. And then open the gate and let us know, right? That would be super slick. I think that, wow, that would be the game, you know, man? Like, be game over at that point.
Good.
We look forward to meeting you at the end of this.
Man, you guys gotta hype it up some. You gotta get a little more enthusiasm going. We're gonna win. Come on, guys.
Oh, that's how we meet you at the end of this. We won.
All the enthusiastic people are outside.
Yeah, that is true.
We balance them out.
Oh, that's too bad for you, man.
Oh, they're strumming up your crew, I'm sure.
Oh, all right. Cool. That's cool. All right. Well, I guess that's the next step then. Like, we're gonna move the army toward the city, and then you guys can do your thing. So I guess go get ready.
Thank you.
No, man. Thank you. What about a hug? Come on, give me a hug.
He does seem like a hugger.
Tara, again, not a hugger, so turns into a fist bump situation.
Oh, fist bump. All right, fist bump, horn dude.
Zartok fist bumps. That's fine.
Okay.
That's an acceptable departure move.
All right. Right on, dudes. Man, I'm so tired.
I hope you get some rest soon.
Oh, me too. Me too, man. All right. You guys go get some rest. You're going to have a busy day tomorrow.
Indeed.
All right, back to the next people in line. What's up? Short, weird-looking dudes? You talk to some gnomes.
Tara starts to walk away with Zartok. Zartok? So, you do know where you're going to take us, right? Like, you've been here, and where are we going to teleport in?
That might depend. I don't know if Mike wants me to make up a place or if he's got a map he wants us to. Mike, if you've got a specific map, I will make up a specific story for why Zartok.
So the places you're familiar with most recently would be that noble family's house that you broke into and stole the Spelljammer from.
That's right.
Oh, good times.
Right? That would be your clearest memory of the place.
Yeah, I remember. I forgot all about that. Thank you.
Yep, me too. Just really saying something.
Yeah, I mean, I gave up on trying to find those two people almost immediately. Yep. Yeah, I feel kind of bad about that. Ooh, what's this? Is this guilt? This is awkward for me. I remember a place. It was from the before times, but I remember a house that was sort of in the center of the city. It was a noble's house, so it was in a good part of town. I'm sure that matters right now.
Yeah, it was up against the mountainside, and that's where the Spelljammer, the secret Spelljammer, I guess we call it landing pad.
That's right. It wasn't far at all.
Yeah.
So I think it would be a good spot.
So yeah, that's the location you remember the most. I don't know if had Zartok been to the city many times before that.
A couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe he remembers, a few other locations as well, but that's the one that's clearest in your head. Maybe you remember some other public buildings or something, or a market where you might have been before.
Mike, how far away is the camp from the city?
It's several days' march.
Okay. Got it.
All right. So with that, I guess the Glass Guardians reunite at their ship that evening to get some rest and begin planning for their secret assault on a Neogi fortified city.
Wow. He seems like a low riz. Wait, I said that wrong. He seems like.
Okay, hold on. Hey. All right, take a deep breath.
This catchphrase. All right, here we go. He seems like a low-whiz, high-res leader,
Not high res. That's high resolution.
I love it. Perfect.
He's at 8K.
I'm too old
Yeah.
for this.
We unintentionally created a tongue twister for you.
Lord.
Chris,
All right.
you're the young one. You can't. You gotta have this for us here.
I got it. Here we go.
Mike made a face at that. So,
Mike made a face.
I'm sorry. I was just scratching. I'm sorry.
so I felt
I wasn't
like,
listening,
I
really.
felt
What
like
did you say?
maybe I had to clarify what I said better, explain it better, or something
No.
based on the look on his face. It was
Nope.
sort of one of those faces like, oh, "What are you talking about, Josh? Maybe you should shut up for a minute."
No, no, keep going. I did not mean to signal anything. They are forbuded. Lavarian size.
Swedish listener is back. They're back in. Sorry,
Who's back?
the Swedish listener.
Oh, yeah,
They're
okay.
back. He's thinking. Shut up, phone. He's thinking.
Yeah, so
That's
we want
cool.
a temple to Cora and our sorry. That's my niece, Cora. So
Whoa, that's a cool name.
I don't want a temple to my niece.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know. I can't believe it. We actually did a plan and are sticking to the plan so far. Killing children, it's weird, but
Well,
Alien baby
destroying
eggs
the nest. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
of awful creatures.
Yeah, and they hatch, very capable and murdery.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
The
true.
they're murdery even from birth, so
That's true. I think our
Yeah,
morals
so
will
this is
survive.
fine. Ethically, it's correct.
Startalk goes to the Sage Wagon, gets the stuff.